Recorded live on location at the Generation X Comics and Games Studio, it's Trade Paper Hacks, episode 38, with your hosts, Mark and Alex.
Thank you, Announcer Boy.
Man, Announcer Boy does a great job for us. I'm glad he's part of the team.
He's a real contributor.
Yep.
Yep.
He's a great guy. I don't know why you rip on him all the time. He's a great guy.
He is a boy who announces. Listen to him announce.
One day he'll be an announcer man. He just has to find that right microphone that'll...
Meet Announcer Lad.
Get his own little psychic. You're listening... As Announcer Boy so kindly told you, you're watching and listening to Trade Paper Hacks. My name is Alex Lee. I'm joined by my co-patriot in comic books, Mark Thompson.
Hello.
And we're coming to you live from Generation X Comics and Game Studios over here in just still dreary, hot Bedford, Texas.
Southeast corner of Harwood and 121, right at the entrance of hell.
Yes.
It's damn hot here.
The first gate.
I'm just waiting for the hole to open up.
I'm waiting for Buffy to show up because it's a hellmouth here right now. So.
It is disgusting. So we have some things going on tonight.
We do?
Yes.
No way.
This is why we
that's
do
why
a
we
show.
set all this stuff up.
Yes.
That's right.
But before we can get to those things, we have to introduce the man on the other side of the board, on the other side of the table.
There's a board in the way. There's a couple boards. There's
occupying space. We now have a camera. If you're watching on the tubes,
you can
actually see him. We have.
You forgot his name, didn't you?
Yeah, I have a reminder. Oh, Jason Dyer himself, Tech Booth.
You're supposed to back me up and go get me juice boxes when I tell you. Now go get me a juice box.
Say hi, Juice Box.
Hi, Juice Box.
That played out pretty well.
I know.
That's a good one.
I didn't know
That
if he
was
was
a
going to
good one.
say it or not.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we got some stuff to go over tonight. Actually, at the second half of the show.
Yeah.
Or third half. Or
And one of our many halves of show.
Yeah, we have 150%. That's how much we're giving tonight. I have a game for everybody.
Okay.
We're going to play a game, and I hope it goes over
You
well.
remember the last game we played?
No, what was the last game we played?
Wait, that was a pre-show, right?
That was pre-Jason.
That was
That was with the sound effects you tried to get me and Scott make or
No,
voices.
okay. That was when Mark the Con Man Tran completely betrayed you.
Yes.
That was when.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll have to. No, let's not get into that. That's only funny to us.
Okay,
that's only funny to us.
We love you, Mark,
that will be
and or
posted
Scott.
on the internet one day.
You know what? I'll take.
One day.
Get it to me. I'll take a look at it. See if we can
I don't know where it
clean
is.
up.
Scott has it.
Scott has.
Scott,
Yeah.
get us the sound effects.
Hit me up on Facebook,
Yeah,
Scotty.
get us the recording of that great night when you screamed like Man Bat.
Yep. That
There's your
enchanted
teaser.
evening.
There's your teaser. Okay, so in a little bit we're gonna talk about some news, just some BS stuff that's come out of the woodwork. Honestly, like some of the most goofiest random TV news and movie rumor theories, fan theories. We're gonna address some weird Joker stuff.
Yeah, totally.
There's one thing I'm really excited about on.
Oh, we'll get to that, and that's
pretty
actually
awesome.
a tease for a future episode. We're teasing our teases.
We're triple teasing.
Meta teasing.
Teaserama!
Meta tease. I like that. Meta tease.
Isn't that the thing that
a
swims
sea
in the
cow,
water?
right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But first, there's a big event going on right now. And it's not an event you go to, it's an event you read.
Yay.
It's Marvel's Secret Wars. Yay!
Everybody should be happy about that.
Okay, so it's currently 5 issues in, am I correct?
Correct.
Yep.
5 issues of 8 issues.
As of this week.
So it's a great middle point. Well, I guess 4 would have been a better middle point.
I like
Actually,
this. I
read
really like
5.
this.
Reading issue 5 is a pretty good middle point.
Yes, I
Because
agree.
you find out just enough that you want to know where it's going.
Yes, agreed. So do you want to recap us on... Okay, so what's
I'll
going to
tell
happen?
a little bit about this. Okay.
Well, first off, we say that we're going to do our best to keep it spoiler-free.
We're going to try a little bit,
That's
but if
real
we get
rough.
spoilery, we get
It
spoilery.
is, so...
But honestly,
luck.
as long
Well,
as
hold
this
on.
has been going on, if you haven't read it yet, you need to go read it right now. Go to your local comic book store, find it, buy it, read it.
And it's really more of a... The destination's not important, it's the journey.
Yes, because even if we tell you what happens, just looking at Mr. Assad Ribic's art is
Assad
worth it.
Ribic, is that how you pronounce his name?
Assad
Yeah.
Ribic. See, it's right there.
Assad
Rubius Hagrid.
Ribic.
Ribic.
I believe if we are butchering your name, we apologize greatly. You're an amazing artist.
Feel free to call us up and correct us.
Yeah.
post-haste.
Tell
Let
us
us know.
Tell us the right way to say it.
guys stop talking about me?
Well, we are sure not.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Okay, so kind of bring us up to speed.
So, Secret Wars, put out by Marvel, written by Jonathan Hickman, who has been writing the Avengers for like 2 years now or something
And
like that.
I really like
3?
it. I've heard some not rumors. I've heard some opinions that people feel like he's overstayed his welcome already, and that this stuff is too wild and crazy, and he ruined the Avengers.
Nope.
And those people are lame and dumb.
I think those
And-
people aren't actually reading books.
Yeah. They're the guys that go, he's been there a long time. We don't care what he's doing.
Oh, he's totally messed up my foundational viewpoint.
Yeah.
I must say nay.
So, written by Mr. Jonathan Hickman, art by Assad Rebic. If we screw up your name, we're sorry, but you're great. Has been going on since, when was the start of this? End of April?
6 months ago.
May.
Well, no, they were doing 2
was
a month
May.
at one
It
point.
was May.
It was May because the Zero issue came out on Free Comic Book Day.
Yep.
Following Wednesday, issue 1 came out.
So good. Even the Zero issue was
Zero issue was
entertaining.
awesome.
I think the Zero issue gets better as we go along. Like Mark and I were just talking about that after recapping on 5. I'm like, hey man, blah blah blah.
Oh, this is one of those books that after you read issue 5, you go back and read issue 1 through 4, and you see things you didn't notice before.
Yeah, from a different point of view.
Yeah, it's one of those books. So basically, the idea is the Marvel universe has ended. There were incursions happening where all the different Marvel universes were crashing into each other and exploding. And that's what the Avengers and New Avengers have been dealing with for the past year and a half, is how to stop this.
Right.
Well, they failed epically.
Yeah.
All universes came down to 616, and the Ultimate Universe, which is Earth 1610.
So if you are brand new to comics or you are a DC fan, I can't even say the words out loud. That's how
DC, it's a
awkward that
DC
was.
reader. I would.
Yeah. There you go.
If you're a Batman fan who tolerates other DC books,
Yeah.
And therefore you don't know a whole bunch about the numbers that we just threw out there. As far as, was it Ultimate is 1610 and the Prime Universe is 616.
Yes.
So formerly in the Marvel Universe, you could have many, I think it's an infinite number of universes. All of them would have a separate number, and they would all be different iterations of Marvel universes. And so that's what he's referencing when he says 616 and 1610. There were all these different numbers. They all kind of boiled down to the last two, and Secret Wars opens with the last two ceasing to exist.
Well, they are colliding.
Right.
And there's basically the Ultimate Universe is trying to invade the 616 world because they think that world will end up surviving through this crisis.
They all want to blow each other up, so the last one standing.
Exactly.
pretty much the 2 most popular universes in Marvel have an excuse to be on the same page together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also at the
see
very
cool
end of
battle.
it, to take the best things of those universes and make it into one coherent universe, just so that that's the fan theory currently of what's going to happen. To just make the whole thing a little bit easier to understand for new readers to jump on board, because back when these 2 universes started, obviously 616 was way long ago, 50s, 60s.
Yeah, that was the original world.
And then we were about, 15 years into Ultimate?
2000 is when Ultimate Spider-Man debuted, and that was the first comic in the
So-
Ultimate Universe.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're
Wow.
with a whole bunch of new readership coming from all the movies and the recent popularity. They want to kind of make this a little bit easier, I would assume. That could be one theory.
They
and there's a whole
want
bunch of other things.
one universe where they have everything together, and it gives them a chance to tell new stories.
Yes. It's hard to write the same characters for 60
I have to
years.
imagine that
Yeah.
they're not just going to implode all multiverses and start with 0
They're not.
multiversities. you
They're
know?
not.
No.
They're not. They've already said that they're not.
Okay, so we're still going to have
They're
weird
still going to be. They're still going to
offshoots.
be outside of reality things and stuff like that.
Okay, so let's talk more about Secret Wars.
Secret
like,
Wars, sorry.
specifically.
Yeah.
So basically, they crash together. There's 2 life rafts. One that has the bad guys, one that has the good guys. Basically,
And the bad guys they consist of Namor, Thanos, Terrarax, who was a former Herald of Galactus, Black Swan, who is a character that is introduced to you in this series,
in
and
New Avengers. Proxima Midnight, one of Thanos' Cabal, and Corvus Gale.
and
Another one of his,
somehow Miles Morales
obscure
snuck in
Marvel
on that.
villains outside
Well,
of
they're not-
Thanos.
they're just super
if you
powerful.
read Infinity, they're not obscure because they're big
Right.
parts of Infinity.
Okay, so there's another year of books you'll need to read.
Well, that is
Also very good.
that's the genius of it. Hickman's been writing for about 2 or 3 years on
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff, even laying plans back when he was doing FF.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
Fantastic
this-
Four for those of you.
Yeah, this is a multi-layered thing. It's not really comic books 101,
Right.
but you could really get what's happening here without knowing all the history.
Yeah, it's still a fun ride. You get more out of it the more you know about Marvel Comics specifically. But even then, you're experiencing everything everyone else is at the same time, and it's all genuinely new to everyone right now.
It's a good book to read figure out what you need to go reread other things, and then reread this, and you'll appreciate it on a different level.
Right. Okay. What's up, Alex?
I just want to simplify it just a little,
Please
another
help.
step farther.
Help us.
Do it.
You could pick up these 5 books. There's 5 books that are already out, and you just take everything at surface level. You can obviously tell the good guys from the bad guys, and some weird things will pop up, but the way Marvel's designed their characters for the last 50 years, it's very simple to follow along. That guy's good, that guy's bad, based on color schemes or the way they're
Right.
imposing and the way they talk, if they have a weird dialogue.
And if it doesn't
it's
fit
not
that
hard.
stereotype, it's for a good reason. That is the
Right.
nature of Secret Wars. That's the thing we haven't gotten to. Is
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to pick this book up. Keep it. It's not going to go anywhere. Or even worse, if you have the patience, you can wait till it's out in trade and then read it like that. But
that's insanity.
it is. It's so
It is.
good that we're going to suggest you read it now. But
I don't want to wait till November for that to happen.
don't feel bad
Right.
if you're not going to keep up. It's still fun. Just take it
Hey,
at surface
but that's a
level.
good Christmas present.
That's a great Christmas present.
Right.
Wink.
Yeah. Okay, so Secret Wars. We got the 2 life rafts. We talked about the bad guys on 1 life raft, including one really super sneaky spider, and then we talked about we haven't quite talked about yet, but there's the heroes on the other
Heroes.
one.
There was one giant life raft and it got damaged in the incursion.
A wicked scene.
We lose the Future Foundation,
which is Sue Storm and the kids.
yeah, Sue
essentially.
Storm, and Thing was with them too.
Yeah,
I think.
he was. Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He's not there anymore.
Right. There's a
But
version
we-
of Thing in the Secret World.
Well,
but-
yeah, there's a
So
couple of them.
let's keep going.
So we lose all.
Wait for the caveats till the
I
end.
know.
Okay.
So we lose a bunch of characters, and you see a lot of characters die in that first issue.
Yeah.
It's a battle, and there's casualties.
It's a fun read to see. Hey, that guy's really. Okay, that guy has a hole in him.
Yeah.
But basically, your heroes that survive through this are Reed Richards, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers,
Yep.
Star-Lord, which
Weird.
surprised me, but that's awesome.
Called having a good movie.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And Spider-Man.
And
Peter
Finn
Parker.
Thor.
And
That's
and
right.
Thor.
Jane made it through.
Jane made it through.
Are we allowed? Yeah, I guess we could say that spoiler.
We
now.
already spoiled it on
Too late now.
several episodes ago.
Yeah.
I
You're
can't
welcome
go back
out there,
and listen to
Marvel
that.
fans.
I can't go back and listen to that episode. I don't want it spoiled for me.
Anyway, so we have Thor with them as well.
Yep.
So they end up so that just blanks out and it's a blank page with words at the end of that. Issue 2 starts and you're welcomed into a new world. Mm-hmm. A world called Battle World, which is ruled by God Doom.
And both of those concepts aren't new to longtime Marvel fans. Battle World has existed in 2 different Secret Worlds?
Yeah, Secret Wars
Wars.
1, Secret Wars 2.
And Secret Wars 2, Doom goes God mode.
Secret Wars 1. He
Oh,
was
it's
God
1
mode.
he goes.
He defeat the original Secret Wars was their characters called the Beyonders.
Yeah.
Made a world where they pulled in all different heroes and villains from the Marvel universe and put them on this one planet and basically made them fight. And Doom figures out how to defeat the Beyonders and take their power and basically becomes a god. But the heroes and villains team up to defeat him so they can all go home.
Yeah.
It was actually a really cool book.
But
Secret
in
Wars
that
2,
book-
it basically the same thing happened again and it drug out too long on the second one.
Let them fight.
The second one is where Doom unlocks Molecule Man, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. We have a limited amount of time. Let's get back
Sure.
to actual current Secret Wars.
All right.
So
Well, the goal is to not confuse the poor person who's listening or
You're
watching
right.
said
Oh,
show.
we already got that
it's,
done.
it's hard to do.
We want you to read this book, not go, that sounds difficult. I'm going to go back to Archie.
So basically, what happens is
I'm not wrong.
that was hilarious. Thank you.
Battle World is Doom and Doctor Strange and Molecule Man have pulled together
Parts.
all the pieces of reality that were left over after the destruction of the universe, which include all the realities of the worlds of past storylines where the storyline didn't end where it ended in the regular comics.
Yes.
So you have that's what sets up the tie-ins, right? Which is kind of a
Yeah, because that's all Marvel has now is Secret Wars, the Secret Wars tie-ins, and then the end of the other books tying up before the Secret Wars
Yeah.
explosion.
It's all
Right.
circulating this event.
yeah.
And the cool part is that all of these characters, you'll have, for example, what is like 100 different Thors that all work in this giant-
easily 100.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
basically Doom's police force.
Yeah, Doom's
Yeah.
The cool part about it is like you have all these different versions of the characters. Not a single one of them are aware that they are on this world, and it's for the most part. I said save your caveats for the end.
That's a spoiler for the book, though.
Yeah, the majority of people don't know that this is anything different than the normal.
Well, in fact,
There's some inklings. They have some inklings.
Most of the books deal with somebody figuring that out.
Yeah.
right.
Most of the spin-offs have somebody figuring out something's wrong.
It's like 1% of the Marvel population are figuring this out slowly.
Well, honestly, you don't really know until they go completely. Oh man, I want to just jump into this so bad.
I know, it's fun.
Yeah,
All right,
Comics
let's
are
get
fun.
I'll come back to this in a minute. What's the next thing?
Okay, so
basically the tie-ins.
Okay, well then let's do that. Let's talk about tie-ins.
Basically, all the tie-ins are taking different storylines from the past: Civil War, Age of Apocalypse, stuff like that. And
Planet Hulk.
Planet Hulk, kind of. That one's a little off.
Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan.
Okay,
is
so
one big one.
here
I'm
let's
sorry,
give an
I screwed
example.
that up. I confused those two.
Yeah.
Let's give an example of how it's similar but different. So we mentioned Civil War, which was an event previously. We mentioned Planet Hulk, which is also a previous event. In the iteration of Secret Wars currently, Planet Hulk actually refers to a planet that was destroyed or should have been destroyed by gamma radiation, and everyone inhabiting the planet becomes Hulk.
Right.
So not the same one where Hulk has to go back and take out the Avengers.
Right. They just kind of use the name to describe this place. Yeah.
And Civil War is similarly different. It's not the same continuing storyline from
It's slightly different. It's as if the war never ended. Civil War never ended.
and another greater tragedy occurred instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I haven't read that yet. I've actually avoided a lot of the tie-ins, not on purpose.
You know, honestly, all these tie-ins are going to make fantastic trades when it's all done and over with.
I imagine.
But I think that really that's what's going to happen around November. Like this, they're going to hit their number ones in October,
Dude.
and then those Christmas deals are going to be ridiculous.
Dude, we are going to have so many good trades for people to pick up for Christmas.
That's exactly
presents.
right.
It's going to be a great thing.
So we talk like
Amber, you better be listening.
There's an example. There's an example of Steve Rogers who is a sheriff. Because there's a Marvel 1802, which is written in that kind of old west
1872,
style.
yeah. It's an
72,
old,
there
yeah.
it is.
The Old West style where
There is-
Captain Rogers is a sheriff.
There's a Punisher, a version of Punisher who has Doctor Strange's soul attached to him.
Yep.
And he summons things with magic, summons weapons and grenades and rocket launchers.
That's not how any of this works.
There's Old Man Logan. See, the thing is, most of these characters have memories of the previous 8 years. They have their reality is set in their mind, and like you know who you are, all that stuff. But some of them, maybe 1% of the population, start to realize
the 8 years of Doom.
there are no stars
led-
in the sky. They're like, what's
Yeah.
happening? I have these memories of an entirely different life, and
Yeah.
why is it different than what I'm
And
experiencing?
a lot of them start trying. Doom is very clear. You do not cross the boundaries
oh
of your
yeah,
world.
Doom is God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people start trying to cross these boundaries and going, hey, you're like somebody I know, but you're different.
So here's a good example. So we talked, because we already talked about this one, Thor's, right?
Yeah.
The reason Thor's is so awesome is because it's like that Law and Order or a crime procedural that sets up the rules for Secret War.
It does.
Secret War, because you find them following a serial killer who's taking out the same person in different boundary areas over and over again. And so it forces you to take on this extra layer of perception of Battle World as one unit that functions together, instead of this really scattered thing like you get with your sheriff over here and your Ultrons and zombies and annihilation waves over there.
Yeah.
behind the shield.
Right.
So here's my question. I've only been reading the main books.
Okay.
For new listeners, for new readers that are going to be picking this book up, do they absolutely need to read the tie-ins to understand the main book?
I think there's going to be a couple you're going to have to read. You really should read Thor's.
Yeah.
You should read Ultimate End, which
Yes.
is about the Avengers from the regular universe and the Avengers from the Ultimate Universe trying to
with
figure
each other.
things out, and it's going to have an effect on the Secret Wars.
Here's a good
Okay.
example of why you're going to want to read that, because you've got Ultimate Universe, currently active alcoholic Tony dealing with 616 former or recovering alcoholic Tony.
Yeah.
Dealing with each other.
That's how that works.
That mirror.
Yeah.
And you get that verisimilitude across all the characters that have to interact with each other.
Cool.
So,
Not to mention, apparently Miles Morales is not supposed to be there, and he's going to be the fly in the ointment.
oh, what?
Yeah.
Awesome.
He was not supposed to make it
No.
because
He snuck in. He
He snuck
literally-
in. Yeah, he snuck into the life raft.
Apparently,
One of the life rafts.
his spider powers provide such camo that he can hide from all those top tier villains. That's kind of insane.
He's a big deal.
He
Yeah.
is. He's going to be a big deal. It's going to
Yeah.
be a huge deal. But those
Thor's is good.
Thor's
So
Old
those
Man
are-
Logan is probably one because that's
But-
dealing with a lot of the boundary crossing issues.
Okay, but is that really required reading? Because
wouldn't call
budgets are
them-
limited, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
call them required reading, but if you're able to pick up other stuff, these are the main ones you need to read.
So I've been reading pretty much just the main book. I read a couple of the issue ones just because I had access to them. But I think if you're reading just the main storyline, that's okay too.
Yeah, because this
I
is
think
all on
that's
its
some
ear
really
right now.
yeah. Hickman has a really good job of being able because at the same time he was running what was it, New Avengers and Avengers for like
Yes.
at the same time, and you could read those books and they both played into each other perfectly like puzzle
Right.
pieces, but at the same time were their own good books.
Yes.
So this is very much the same situation where he's writing a good book by itself, but is
I would look at-
expanded upon and made better by reading the tie-ins. But it's not mandatory.
Right.
Yeah, it's not
You
mandatory.
can still
read-
enjoy it.
You can read Secret Wars 1 through 5 that's out right now, and you don't have to read anything else.
Right.
And
You're
it's-
going to want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're absolutely going to want to.
Yeah,
but
and if
don't
you have
And
the
that's-
ability to, yeah.
And that's
you
why
should.
our recommendations are even that much more important. Okay, so let's talk theories, fan theories. Because we have
Predictions. What we think's gonna happen.
We have another 3 issues.
3 more issues, yes.
Yep.
3 more issues. I don't know what this hand
What are
signal
you doing? Put
is.
your hands down. Sit on your hands.
We used to do this for Scott.
Yeah,
it's
we had to
Scott
do that a
throwback.
lot. So we all know that Secret Wars is going to end with a all different Marvel.
Sitting on my
Yeah,
hands
45
is
different titles coming up from Marvel in October. We're going to be graced with the hip hop variant covers.
Yes,
It's going to be
Can't
great.
Wait.
Which one do you want?
I want the Doctor Strange one.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
it's got to be
Yeah,
the Mystic,
the
right?
Mystic man. That's gonna be awesome.
Followed by that one with Deadpool and Spidey.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I want them all, but
Gotta catch them
Who's got the Straight Outta Compton cover? Because I know somebody's doing that.
We are. We're gonna do a straight out of Compton cover.
We're just like everyone else on Facebook.
Oh, which
yeah.
sucks. That had to become a meme right as I was
I know.
producing
Right
that.
when we had this great idea, somebody else had to have an idea too.
How dare they?
We're still doing it though.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We're not gonna let the internet stop us.
Stay tuned for that. We're going to have a whole episode on variant covers.
We could.
Just, well, I mean, we might be able to.
Yes, because we're a visual medium mostly. Okay.
Like comic books are.
Guys, we were talking about predictions for the end of the series.
Bring it.
Right,
What you got?
Yeah. What
No,
thinking
you
about?
start. You start. I really haven't thought that through.
I think that the character of I think the Human Torch is going to show up in Wreck House with.
Oh, that's right.
Valeria.
Valeria.
Man, it's hard to do
Valeria
this
gets
without
sick, does
spoilers.
she have a Valeria
it's
disease?
extremely hard to do this without spoilers.
No. Just,
I want to ask questions about Johnny Storm right now that I want to pose it to
Johnny
Mark.
Storm was made into the sun.
Yeah.
Doom took Johnny Storm and made him the sun.
yeah, he is.
Why?
Soul.
Because
to-
we saw what he did to what's his face,
Yeah.
right? So what's just because of Sue?
I don't know.
Maybe.
We don't know because we're not sure what Sue that is.
Oh, that's a
Let
good
there
point.
be Johnny Light. Says Doom God.
But no, I think that
You know, and one of the-
Valeria is going to have a lot to do with the downfall with Miles Morales.
You know who I think's also gonna have?
like the two of
Franklin.
them together.
Franklin's gonna.
Did you see
wreck
that
some
meme
house.
face, dude? That face
Franklin's
was like-
upset currently.
Yeah.
Franklin being the most powerful character in the Marvel universe
Ever.
Like him and Celestials or something like that.
No, he completely
Celestials.
whooped up all the Celestials. The Mad Celestials, he handled that.
No,
The
whatever's
problem is
above
the
that.
only thing above that was the Beyonders and then like Infinity.
I think he
Infinity
sat there-
Above
Infinity is
all.
empty right now.
Yeah.
Read Silver Surfer, which I did unfortunately, but the Infinity is empty right now.
See, so there was a nugget of Silver Surfer.
there is a
knowledge there.
nugget in that Silver Surfer book.
But the thing
Yeah.
is that Franklin has sat
Go
down
Marvel, go
with
Marvel, go.
the top end of the gods, essentially, what are considered
Yeah.
the Marvel gods, and they've had conversations about how we'll be there together to witness the end of everything.
This is a dude so powerful that he can go back in time and coach himself on how to not mess up.
Yeah, but
But-
the thing is, we've seen the end of everything now. It's a whole new beginning now.
But I mean, I think Franklin's still a power player, and he'll be the person to come
yeah.
through. So.
I think all those characters that are closest to Doom are power players, all of them. Because I feel that in our discussions, at least, Mark, we've kind of left out Sue Storm's end role.
Yeah,
We've just talked about, oh, dude, Valerie's gonna go nuts, and oh man, Franklin's gonna do some things, but we haven't really talked about the potential of Mother Scorn.
it's true.
It's also fair.
and-
There's also Molecule Man still floating around.
He's hungry as hell.
Yeah,
He wants a
Somebody-
PB and
somebody
J.
bring
Get
that
that,
guy
man.
sandwich.
get that
Yeah.
boy sandwich.
Yeah.
So, and if you
Toss
don't,
him
he
some
gonna eat the
toast.
world.
Yeah, who does that sound, dude? He said those words, and I immediately thought of Galactus.
Yep.
Immediately thought of Galactus.
Galactus
yeah.
is currently hanging out in front of the castle, right?
Yeah, he's like a miniaturized version of himself that
Yeah.
looks like an active glowing smokestack.
He
And
probably looks like the guard of Doomstot. He'll
Yeah.
probably just wreck anybody that tries to get in there.
He's not like a mix with a Sentinel, is he?
he kind of looks like it.
Maybe.
Like he looks on par for scale. Whereas Galactus would normally be like millions of times the size of a planet or whatever.
No, not really.
Or hundreds of times.
No, he's
No,
really
no,
not
he's
that
walked
big.
around downtown.
Yeah, he's only like 40
Like-
feet tall or something like that.
It's.
I thought he had like a whole celestial presence.
So
like,
here's the
on
thing.
Par
Here's
with
the,
celestial.
Here's the thing. A, some BS relativity excuse. B, Reed Richards has said in the past, like, do you really think Galactus is a 40-foot tall man and wearing a purple hat?
Right.
No, that's just how we are able to perceive his overall.
Right.
Because he's one of the
yeah.
forces of the universe.
Right.
Yeah.
He
You
is
take him out of action, things go down.
exactly. He's part of the living tribunal and
Fun. No, keep
Infinity
going.
and stuff
Sorry.
like that. Yeah.
Fun question. Who's not gonna make it out of Secret Wars?
Wow.
Make your predictions.
You know what? I don't think Doom.
You know, I don't either.
You must kill God.
I think
Yeah.
after this thing, I think we just saw it. I think he's sealed his own fate by having certain conversations with certain members of his court, and I think that he is anticipating getting to that point. Even if you go back, dude, even going back to like issue 2, or that scene where he's talking to Sue about his face, right? I think that sets that first step of it's going to be the end. And if
he's mortal.
you're really writing the end of the Marvel universe, you need Doom to go away.
Yeah, he's too powerful.
It would be a good ending point that Doom doesn't come back in the new world.
Do you think it'll be a sacrificial end to Doom, or do you think that somebody will take him out?
Slight spoiler: all of the preview material that I've read on ordering and stuff says the ultimate sacrifice is like the only tagline for the end of Secret Wars.
But that could be multiple people.
that could be multiple people.
him and
but
Reed Richards could go out holding hands.
I think that's what that's what I'm saying. I think Doom has set up a scenario where he knows that the final battle's coming. He's not going to not fight. Doom
Yeah.
doesn't give up.
Yeah,
but he knows that he has
his
enough
end.
opponents that he can lose.
Doom ain't no bitch.
Right.
Right, yeah.
He is Doom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good guess.
But the question is, who's going to switch and which power player?
Which version of Spider-Man's gonna come out? That's a big question. Do you have the renew your vows Spider-Man? Do you have? I know we all know Miles is making it out. I mean,
Yeah.
What version of Spider-Man's gonna make it out? Are they gonna like consciously mix characters?
I think that that's part of what's going on with the tie-ins. That we're getting to see all these different splashes of just like Gwen, Spider-Gwen, Stacy is a good example of what I think they're leading toward. Where they wrote that Edge of Spider-Verse thing with these 5 different types of spider people.
see who
Would
struck.
stick. Gwen
And she struck big.
Yeah.
But also saying that there will be multiverse because Spider-Gwen's book that's going to be coming out is not going to be 616 World.
It's going to be her own universe
Yes.
then.
Yeah.
So she gets to continue her storytelling with
Yep.
all her weird, twisted.
Which is, I guess, good for it because that's how that story really succeeded.
I think this is how they bring Wolverine back into the Marvel fold too after his death. But
That would
but we're not getting regular
kinda
Wolverine.
cheaty.
We're getting old man Logan.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Give me that any day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crotchety old men.
Yeah. He and
Get
Steve
off my
Rogers
lawn.
are going to be standing on porch playing checkers, arguing about the youngins.
Ugh. I hate Old Man Rogers. I've expressed that on the show.
Why do you hate Old
I
Man
like Old
Rogers?
Man
He's a
Rogers.
crotchety old, terrible version of that character. I need young
Come
and
on.
inspiring,
Let's-
not
wait.
angry and old.
Let's be honest, dude. It's just like watching Clint Eastwood.
It is.
It's like watching Gran
It's
Torino.
just reality, man.
Get off
just
my.
gotta deal with it.
Get off my Triskelion.
Get off my Triskelion.
Get off my helicarrier. Okay. Any other theories before we take a break?
It's kind of hard to come up with a theory because you don't know how they're going to come back out of it. I think that we may have a diluted X-Men, right?
Oh no, we're
Good.
gonna have a redone X-Men.
In
good.
what? Yeah, but in what way? Like because
That's like a whole episode worth of talk.
I
there.
know.
You know what? We're going to be previewing a lot of the number ones coming out because
Yeah.
we've already got the preview out that tells you what the books are going to be.
Yep.
So we'll be going over that, and there's a lot of X-Men talk we can have.
That sounds awesome.
I hate X-Men, so it'll be fun.
That sounds
Yeah, it'd
weird.
be great.
What?
Yeah, Alex will just sit over there and be
It's always been too convoluted. If they could simplify it,
be old man Lee over here just grumbling about the X-Men.
yeah. Get off my Fox Kids network.
Whatever.
Fox is actually close to closing a deal on an X-Men TV show too.
Yep. Yeah.
Live action.
Actually,
right?
you know what?
Live
Let's
action.
let's talk some TV rumors here, or TV news in the next segment.
Yeah, we can talk about that fan theory, that other fan theory,
And that's a
on
movie
the other
theory.
side of the Marvel.
Let's talk theories in a
Yeah,
minute.
we've got theories and we still got more news to go. So let's.
We want to go ahead and just take a break and then come back to that?
Yeah,
or-
I think so.
that sounds
Do you have
great.
anything? Hey, let's just kind of recap real quick. Secret Wars.
Sure.
Yeah, hit us with some
'em.
points.
Read the book.
Read them, all 5 of
Definitely.
them.
Read all 5. You can read it by itself, or you can read it with tie-ins. We gave you a list of tie-ins. We said Thor's.
Ultimate End.
Ultimate End
End.
or the big ones.
Okay, so read those 2 if you have extra dollars lying around. The tie-ins aren't mandatory though, but they do add some good depth.
But I guarantee you, you're going to pick some trades up. When
It'll be
when
worth
it's all
it.
Yeah,
done,
when
you're
those
going to
trades
find some
come out,
trades.
yeah.
up.
Yeah, and we'll know which ones to recommend at the end,
Yeah.
saying okay, this had the most impact. This had the most impact.
Well, because they're writing that way, we can say, "What do you like? You like westerns? We got this. What do you like? You like sci-fi? We got this. What do you like? Sword and mystery? We got that."
Sounds like we got another whole show coming up in a couple months.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, guys, we're gonna take a break, hang out, and we'll see you here in a second.
So they're hanging out.
Hang out, dude. Tech booth.
What?
Go to hell, tech booth. Yeah, go to hell.
No, you go to hell. While you're there, why don't you grab me a juice box?